I want all of you to put your thinking hats on, and I want to take you on a journey this morning. Now, if I had to walk into your boardroom dressed like this, I want you to picture what I look like waist down, or more so, what I'm wearing waist down. And before you get carried away with that image, I want you to lock it in, because as I'm changing, I want you to get a new picture of me and think the same guy is walking into your boardroom and he's dressed like this. So now I want you to also imagine what I'm wearing waist down. You're supposed to have two images, and I want you to lock those in because we'll get back to them at a later stage. Now, the journey I want to take you on is 3 key events in your working career. Whether you're a financial advisor, you're an accountant, a lawyer, an engineer, no matter what profession you are, all of us had that first interview. And that is the key moment I want to take you back first. Now, whether it was straight from school or whether it was straight from varsity, you probably had some guidance from your parents, from a mentor. You probably even Googled, depending on how old you are. And you Google the place where you're going for your first interview to get an idea of what this company is about. And then you had the perception, or you had the perceived perception of what you should look like. So you dressed the part, you rocked up for your first interview, and if you ticked all the boxes, you probably got it right, and you looked like everyone else. Now, the second event I want to take you back to is when you got that call and you got your first job. Now, everyone is excited, everyone is giving you high fives. There might be a little bit of butterflies because what you expect of this big, ugly working world. But the first thing you had to do is you had to go and change your whole wardrobe. So what did you do? You probably went out and you dressed or bought everything to look like everyone else in that company. All right. Now, the third event I want to take you back to, if you're from South Africa, the 26th of March 2020, global pandemic, COVID-19, lockdown level 5. We all had to go back into our homes. We couldn't even go for a jog outside, and we were stuck there. And all of a sudden, the normal way of doing business changed in an instant. We all had to adapt to a new way of interacting with our clients. Zoom, Teams, WhatsApp video call, that became our new norm. All of a sudden, even family members started interacting more with each other via WhatsApp video call and Zoom. And we had to create a new normal for ourselves. Now, let's be honest. All of us, at least once, had a meeting with a client. If it was in winter, you probably had your slippers on with a blanket over your knees. Or in summertime, you had a board short on because you're going to jump in the pool straight after your meeting. And that's when the advisor with the hat started. I went out one morning for a jog and I completely mistimed how far I'm running, and I was almost late for my meeting. And I met up with the client and I said, listen, you need to excuse me. I just came back from a jog. And the client said to me, Volker, but your knowledge must not change. Nothing changed. I'm actually proud of you that you went for a jog and you're still in time for our meeting. And that got me thinking. So in a world full of financial advisors, if we had to think, why are we all acting the same, doing the same, and sounding the same? Why don't you want to stand out and be unique, or more so, be true to yourself? The way you dress, the way you structure your business, and the way you service your clients should be in line with your values and what you stand for, and not what everyone else is expecting of you to be. What is important to you? Are you just there to sell products? Or are you actually there to give advice to your clients, to educate them, and be there for them in their most vulnerable time? I'm referring to sitting next to a spouse who just lost her loved one. Life happened, and in a moment of uncertainty, you as the financial advisor are the only certainty that spouse has. I can promise you, she's not going to look at whether you've got a hat on, wearing shorts or a slops, or got your three-piece suit on. She's just going to look at you, and you're going to be the comfort, and like I said, the certainty that she needs. How you dress or your appearance does not impact your knowledge. It doesn't impact your experience, as well as it doesn't impact the way you service your clients. With that said, you must however remember that not all clients are the same. Not all clients are going to like the advisor with the hat. Therefore, you need to go and find you and your unique self, and I promise you, your unique client will follow. We have a saying in our house, and those of you that know my family will know that this is so true. Normal is only a setting on a washing machine. And I think the one thing that COVID has taught us over the last 2 years is, once again, your normality can change in an instant, and you need to be able to adapt. So why don't you go and find your true self and be unique? In South Africa, we have roughly between 10 and 15,000 registered financial advisors. And I spoke to one product provider, and they only cater or can provide a product to 1% of South Africa's population. So they operate in a specific niche. And they've got about 3,000 financial advisors, of which 1,800 are actively supporting them. And not all clients are the same. Not all people are the same. But yet, all financial advisors are trying to be the same, look the same, and act the same. I want to take you back when I walked into the boardroom, dressed with my jacket and my shirt. When I took off my jacket, did my knowledge change? No, it didn't. When I took off my shirt, did my experience change? No, it didn't. And when I put the hat on, did my way that I service my clients change? No, it didn't. We recently started a campaign on LinkedIn called #22andYou Challenge, where we challenged each other to go back and have a sit down with yourself at the age of 22 and give yourself some advice. And I must say, the response we had on LinkedIn is amazing. And even though some of you watching today has not been challenged yet, I would love for all of you to go and have a look, but even make a video and challenge yourself and have a sit down with your 22-year-old self and give yourself some advice. But the one thing that stood out through all the videos that I've watched so far, in almost all of them, everyone's message came out to be true to yourself. Don't conform to what the world wants you to be. And that's what I want to leave all financial advisors, clients, everyone watching. Go and find yourself, your unique, true self. And I promise you, you will be successful in whatever you do. Thank you.